Hi. So it's the eve of the final Game of Thrones season 8 final episode tomorrow night. And I have a budget to-do list that my reward is I get to watch Game of Thrones tomorrow night. So whether or not that means anything to you, you're either it means a ton to you or it means nothing to you. But either way, um, it's a global phenomenon, this show. And I caught up on all the seasons this year. And I was like watching. I was sick this week, so I had to take a few days off, and I just stayed in bed. And I stayed in bed for 2 days, and I just watched season 6 of Game of Thrones, and then I watched all these videos of talk shows of the people on the talk shows, and then all the memes of all the people, what they had to say, their predictions. I think it's a global phenomenon because there's so much gruesome death in the thing. I mean, well, and it's beautifully written, and the character development is fantastic. I can't believe I'm watching it because I don't really like gore, but and it's like the goriest thing that I've ever watched in my life. But it just brings you really to terms with death, really, and in season 6, they fight the army of the dead. They're basically fighting death. And in this very last episode, everybody's talking about, who's going to die in the last episode, how are they going to be murdered, who's going to be left, And I think one of the reasons why it's just so gripping is that we don't really sit with death at all in our culture. And it's one of the many reasons why I think I have to be stepping into this end of life work. So yeah, one of the things I'm doing to prepare myself for this this training that you guys have really generously donated to my GoFundMe page. I'm really, really grateful. So thank you so much for that. And I know a few of you have wanted to donate and you haven't gotten to, so I'll put the link at the bottom. And my goal is to maybe get 3 donations a day this week. Anyway, one of the homework assignments that I need to do for this course is to go through and fill out 18 pages of this pre-planning my own funeral. And it's pretty intense. And one thing that's on here is an ethical will. And the ethical will is basically, you go through all kinds of like references for arrangements and all the things that you want at my service, all the things you prefer, the particular people you want to do particular things. The following people have copies of my funeral instructions. Make sure you make copies. And anyway, the ethical will, I just thought I would share this with you guys. Really neat. So you could do this on an audio tape or in writing. But the suggestion is that you write stories about stories that shaped your life, important lessons that you've learned, how you feel you've lived your life, people that have positively influenced your life, telling stories, like all of your precious possessions, right, that you talk about in your will. You actually share stories about each one of them. So it's not just what you have and who you're giving it to, but you share a story. Different spiritual teachings that have guided me, my definition of love, and then how I forgave people and how I asked for forgiveness. And I need to be writing forgiveness letters as part of this training, a gratitude list, and qualities that I feel like I've mastered in my life and who I want to pass those qualities on to. And so anyway, this is just a really beautiful training, and I'm really excited about the depth it's going to add to my ceremony work, because the weddings are beautiful and they're all about love. And actually this end of life work, it's all about love, So so I just wanted to share with you guys that I got this, and I'm really excited to dive in. And I spent the whole day working on weddings, and now I'm going to do my end of life homework. So anyway, happy Game of Thrones weekend. I'll send this video. I'll see if I can send it out tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see who dies, and maybe it'll help us all contemplate the fact that we're, not immortal. So love you guys. Thanks so much for helping me out on this. I'm really grateful. If you're able to donate something, I'm just really, really, really grateful for you. Okay. A lot of love. Bye.